Hi, I'm Carl. In this video we're going to be going over questions 44 to 47 of section 3 of the orange booklet. So this is a question about the production of tryptophan, and we're given quite a lot of information here. We've got table 1, which I've copied out, and I've simplified figure 1. So instead of using the words and structures they've used, I've just simplified it to the letters they've used in the table above. I think it makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so question 44 says, according to table 1 and figure 1, indole would most likely build up in what cells? So the way I think of this sort of question is if there's a negative growth response for a particular mutant for a particular growth medium, that implies that the issue with the metabolism for that particular mutant has to occur after that point in the metabolism. So for example, if you were to look at this point, we have the mutants TRP1, 6, and 7. And in the indole environment, they don't grow. So that means that after indole is introduced, which is I here, there must be some sort of problem with the metabolism. Now, what does that mean for this question? Well, if there's a problem with the metabolism over at this side, that means everything else must be working okay. So that means that you can still produce indole. And what that means is you can get a buildup of indole that's not broken down because of this problem here. So that tells you that the answer for number 41 is going to be try 1, 6, and 7, and so the answer is going to be A in this case. 45 says, on the basis of the information provided, which one of the following is the most valid statement? Figure 1 could be correct because it does not contradict table 1. Well, we're told that figure 1 is based off of table 1, is being used to try and explain the results that are given here. So I think that is a fairly valid statement, so I think it'd be worth just ruling out the other ones. B says it's correct because a single enzyme catalyzes steps 3 and 4. Well, there's two different pathways here. As we can see, it splits off into two different pathways here, so I wouldn't say that it's just due to one enzyme. C says it's incorrect because it's not sufficiently consistent with table 1. It is completely consistent with table 1 based on the fact that it is based on table 1. And if you were to look at, for example, the example we looked at in the first question, or even this example here, we can see there's going to be some negative growth medium. We would expect to find that it is actually fairly consistent with table 1. Then what about D? It says it's incorrect because a single enzyme could not catalyze steps 3 and 4. So as we know, there's going to be two different pathways, one that depends on an enzyme with indole or a closely related substance being joined with serine, and so I wouldn't say that D could be the answer either. So I think the most valid statement out of those is going to be A. So the answer for 45 is A. 46 says, according to table 1 and figure 1, the defect in try 3 could directly affect only which step? Okay, so try 3, how is it affected? Well, we can see that it's the introduction of A. That's where the issue is. So again, just by the logic of how these questions work, we're told that if A doesn't work, then the problem has to be some point after A. So in this region here, the issue must be here. Now, if the defect could directly affect which step? Okay, so we also are told that IgP causes a negative growth. So we know the issue isn't in the production of IgP, and it's not in the production of serine either. We know it's not in the production of A because in the negative growth or in the growth medium that only has A, it still doesn't work. We know it's not going to be in IgP or in the production of IgP because in the IgP medium it doesn't work, which means the problem must be at 3 here. Because whenever indole is added, it does work, which means that the problem must be before indole and after IgP. So it must be step 3 then. So that means that the direct issue here is going to be C. And finally, for 47, it says, being a bacteria, Salmonella would have what? So all bacteria have a cell wall. That means the answer for 47 is going to be A. So that was questions 44 to 47. I hope that helped. Thanks for watching.